he became New Zealand's first ever heavyweight champion.
Thank you.
But he lost it all, not once, but twice. Through sheer grit and unwavering determination, he climbed back. Now he stands on the verge of title contention once again. This is the story of Joseph Parker. Welcome back to Fighting is Art. Joseph Parker was raised in a tight-knit Samoan family, and his journey began in a working-class neighborhood in South Auckland, New Zealand. His father, Dempsey, named after heavyweight legend Jack Dempsey, introduced him to boxing early, not for fame, but to build character.
My dad's named after one of the great champions of old, Jack Dempsey, so his name is Dempsey. And I think my grandma was watching TV one time and saw this fight and was like, oh, this is a champion, champion boxer, so I might as well call my son Dempsey.
From the beginning, Parker showed a natural feel for the sport. Fast hands, calm temperament, and a willingness to learn set him apart. In a place where many young men lost their way, boxing gave him direction. By his teens, he had already built a reputation as one of New Zealand's most promising amateur heavyweights, combining speed, power, and control in a way rarely seen at his size. But Parker's ambitions stretched beyond the local scene. In 2013, he left the comfort of his home and flew to Las Vegas to train under Kevin Barry, the man who had once guided David Tua to the brink of a world title.
New Zealand, for a very small country, has produced a lot of great fighters over the years.
It was a calculated risk. New country, new routine, new expectations. Vegas hit hard, the heat, the schedule, the sparring, but Parker embraced it, knowing the price of greatness. Parker turned professional in 2012 in New Zealand, after years without a heavyweight star. Since David Tua, Kiwi fans were eager for someone new, and Parker looked the part. The results came quickly. He came through the ranks beating experienced journeymen and regional contenders. But it wasn't just the wins, it was how he won. His speed and timing stood out, and even seasoned opponents struggled to solve him. Parker was composed, explosive when needed, and above all consistent. At 24 years old, with an undefeated record of 18 wins and 16 knockouts, Joseph Parker's breakthrough came in 2016 against Carlos Takam, a respected battle-hardened contender who had been tested at the top level to face Anthony Joshua. Takam didn't fold like the opponents before him. He was tough, rugged, and forced Parker to work for every minute of every round.
One of them. He's been talked about for the last couple of years. He relocated mainstream. You can't be more mainstream than Vegas. In a meaningful fight was Sherman Williams.
Finding out how tough it's going to be to find the target, and he's walked onto it.
He landed clean, flush shots that tested Parker's chin and composure.
Good right hand, Luke throwing single shots at Takam. Takam's too clever. This is better.
Well, that's a slip as he just looked.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Heavyweights, you know, he's not, doesn't wind the punches up. He's looking now. Good boy. I worry after.
It wasn't Parker's sharpest performance, but it tested his endurance and gave him something more valuable: confidence.
Hey, stand in there. Well, Takam.
It's Takam chasing Parker now, looking to try and land the right hand off the back of it, but yeah, it's the speed. Lovely little disguised left hand there from Parker. Lovely body defensively, Parker. For all the good stuff you like, there's work to be done here. Takam will know he can get him. That's all.
Well, I think his camp feel they're in a comfort they can afford to coast in the last round, stay on the outside.
He won by the unanimous decision. In 2016, Joseph Parker finally had his shot at the WBO heavyweight title, facing the undefeated Andy Ruiz in Auckland. Ruiz had traveled to England for the bout, and Parker held a crucial advantage. The fight was on home soil, and he had a chance to become the first New Zealand heavyweight champion ever. It quickly became clear this was not going to be a typical heavyweight slugfest.
But I like the hand speed, I like the combination punches.
This is one of the reasons Joseph Parker is an intriguing.
Forward with the 1-2 combination. Even a little more steam on him already.
than Joseph Parker, as he got his jab in several times.
But it was a fun round of boxing to watch in the heavyweight division. It's been a while. Hasn't shown it yet, but he seems to me a little more...
He's such a good fighter, guy who puts punches. That comes from being around more seasoned fighters.
Took straight right hand, showing up as he gets the drop. 10 punches as opposed to only 6.
Parker just fighting defensively, dictating. He's the guy with the initiative.
It's not really good for you in a close fight.
Joseph Parker draws proving ooze and
Cruiserweight and then a heavyweight, and was a
nor the poise that we see with Ruiz.
that now attaches to Abel Sant there, and of course the fact that they are training shoulder to shoulder. Maybe not as proven on the world stage as is Abel Sanchez has performed so far in this situation.
As Ruiz slowed, Parker's confidence grew, and by the championship rounds, it was the Kiwi who was landing the sharper, more authoritative punches. But neither man truly dominated.
And he's not going to buy into those jabs.
So you're saying that Joseph, who are by nature very bashful, but rest assured it's your...
He would have been doing tremendous. But to tell you the truth, if you watch this
pawing jab, it makes a guy...
Now that you guys have agreed that Parker...
And then Parker's slipping in that left kind of jab hook at times. It's keeping...
The one who is more likely to back his opponent out with a hard punch.
He's just being cautious because he doesn't want to give the fight.
Inferior opposition, and this happens to almost all fighters. It seems like it won't go your way, and you stick with it, and you make adjustments, and you start to do...
In the same sentence with Wilder and Joshua.
Until we see them against the top notch fight, then it comes.
Being charted here in Omaha off of television monitor.
He really isn't. He keeps coming forward. He lands, but he
with what he's seen coming at him from Ruiz, his accuracy.
This was a razor-thin chess match fought on a knife's edge.
Parker's shots like that, and fighters who look vulnerable. Joshua, be what people remember.
A safe-looking three-point lead here.
Has kept Andy at bay, although Andy just countered it really.
And this fight seems to be in the balance, and these guys are throwing some big shots here.
They see a good left hook. They saw a good overhand right on the chin. I mean, those are big punches. Good straight right, overhand right, I mean.
When the bell rang, it was tense. Parker had done enough. He didn't just win the belt, he became New Zealand's first ever heavyweight world champion.
Considerably trimmer body, reputedly lost 35 pounds training with Abel Sanchez for the first time.
After beating Ruiz, Parker became a superstar. He made history, and both New Zealand and Samoa embraced him as their champion.
Thank you.
But beneath the surface, the fire that once drove him began to cool. He had reached the mountaintop, but something felt off. His next bout against Razvan Kocinu was uninspiring. He won, but without urgency. Then came an unexpected moment. At a press event, Parker crossed paths with the world-renowned Tyson Fury. What began as small talk quickly became something more. Parker couldn't have known it then, but that small chance meeting would eventually reshape the course of his career. In 2018, the deal was finally done. A unification bout against the UK's heavyweight superstar, Anthony Joshua. The build-up was massive. The fight was set. Cardiff, Wales, and over 78,000 fans packed the stadium, with millions more watching around the world. The stakes undeniable, but the fight itself did not live up to the hype. Joshua, bigger and heavier, held the center of the ring, measured, patient, and waiting to open up. As the round ticked by, Joshua stayed a step ahead. Parker never folded, never faded, but he never found a breakthrough either. When it ended, there were no questions Joshua had done enough. Parker, for the first time in his career, had lost. Just 3 months after losing to Anthony Joshua, Parker made a bold decision. No tune-up, a straight rebound. Instead, he walked straight back into the fire against a dangerous, surging Dillian White.
He's gonna get beat up. He's gonna get beat up. You know, he's gonna get beat up. It's my time. He's had his time. He's had his shots. It's my time now.
Parker truly did receive some serious beating that fight night, though he showed at just missing out on a finish.
On him with the body, then be back on him again with another corner. Oh, good shot! Massive left hand! And that's what knocks out Luke.
Here, guys. Big right hand.
He's hurting.
He's gone. He's out on his feet. He's got to give him a chance.
Parker!
Oh, no!
To the end!
Survived!
He survived this round.
He survived! He has!
In London, the Paris victory!
But it's his recent resurgence that has put him back on the spotlight. The rebuild was an arduous task. From headlining stadium fights and collecting multi-dollar paychecks, Parker now found himself fighting on the undercards against lesser-known opponents. Parker turned to Tyson Fury and a trainer he trusted, his cousin Andy Lee. Lee wasn't just family, he was a former world champion, a rising trainer. Then came an elite opponent, the dangerous Derek Chisora. The veteran had pushed Alessandro Usyk to the brink of defeat and entered the confidence, pressure, and a style built to break rhythm. Just seconds into the opening round, Parker was caught clean by a looping overhand right.
Both working under new trainers. Well, Derek Chisora comes out fast. My goodness me.
The shot flipped the reality for Parker.
10 seconds. I think he's particularly buzzed, but that's typical Chisora. He comes out flying, doesn't he?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a knockdown, to be honest with you. I thought his foot got caught in hands from both fighters, can't you? Can see Parker. Oh, good right hand there from Chisora. Obviously, that right, he's as strong as he is when you look at him because of the size, but he's so good at covering the ground, getting close to you with these type of shots.
Just like that.
And then smother him when he gets...
So he was a bit slow with his reflexes there, Parker.
Nice uppercut from Parker there inside. Left uppercut.
He doesn't slow Chisora. Chisora having some success off the back end of that. Missed with the uppercut there, though, Parker.
And if he does come through this, conditioning will have been a key part of it.
Lagged a bit against Usyk and then found his second win, so I think appearances can be deceptive, but there's nothing deceptive about what...
After 12 exhausting rounds, Parker edged a split decision win.
With the tiredness that he's showing, really brave effort from Chisora at the moment.
I couldn't agree more. He's just outworked Parker here in this round. Joseph Parker. My goodness me, it was close. It's a split, and Joseph Parker gets away with this one.
The reaction was mixed. 7 months later, they ran it back.
The first 10, remember, in the first, he said this week, Chisora, fight from the bell.
But this time, Parker was different. He was 10 pounds heavier, sharper, and more assured.
As we see, really Chuba really body Dell. He's looking for that right
back granite chip.
Got to keep that head
up by Joseph Parker.
He's got to keep that head.
Again, driving that left hand.
Parker imposed himself, but Chisora, ever the warrior, never stopped trying.
Right hand, but
Cressati told Parker to be wary of punch that explodes, and some.
Oh, big work of action.
Look up from Parker.
Out the range with it.
Yeah, but there's an awful lot.
To the shot. Chisora takes a big one.
To Parker now. And he opts for another. He's measuring his man on the ropes. King heavy punishment.
Running short with that jab to the body. He's got to be careful.
Chisora was tough, but was sent reeling across the ropes.
Finish here. Brilliant right hand. Could be just a couple of punches. Urging Parker forward.
He's working. Parker wants Chisora. Oh, lovely right.
Tremendous right uppercut.
The result this time was not in doubt. Parker left no questions, no controversy, no hesitation.
There he is here at ringside, and with two men shots who've delivered. Parker tries to meet him.
That's what right there. Oh!
Some solid shots to the body.
He had dominated Chisora.
Oh, so well. Beautiful right uppercut. He's up.
After uppercut. And Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder. As the straight shots and that uppercut that he went for in. And Chisora.
Parker was fully back. And then came the opportunity. Deontay Wilder, the most feared puncher in the division. It was supposed to be a setup. Parker was brought in to lose a stepping stone to prepare Wilder for a showdown against Anthony Joshua. Parker wasn't there to survive. He wanted everyone's head, and Wilder was the first in line on his journey of retribution.
Pillow and a blanket. I'm going to.
I think a shootout would be a bad decision for Joseph.
Maybe his reason for being
Third fight against Tyson Fury, and also the lanky.
to try and cut the ring down.
On the other hand,
And Parker should
there with the right hand. Parker,
explosive puncher, one of the most that fierce mentality, fighter mentality, that warrior mentality. So you're gonna take it away from the legs, especially when you're not a mover. You're not accustomed to being a. It was a 3-2.
From Parker, and now the right hand lands from Wilder.
And there's the gets touched. He's gonna go look.
He's got touched again, and then Wilder, but missed. And now Parker coming in like a.
Good attempts on moments. Nothing.
Wilder really hasn't thrown anything up until this point. You see Joseph Parker being the. Again, he's scoring the point.
Double jab. And he said, oh, there's that right hand.
Yeah, and into the body for Parker.
That explosive speed.
There it is. Boring is big shot.
Loves a shot. And Wilder, hurt. Hands hurt. Unknown right now is Parker, who said I'm going for the knockout, is certainly doing so here in the 8th round. Wilder swinging at ghosts right now. Wilder's got to hold on here. The referee's close. There's that big rainbow shot. You've been asking me.
Go to Wilder.
There it is again.
Parker, the New Zealand seemingly beaten the Bronze Bomber and did it in
New Zealand.
Scoring his career's biggest win. Next up was a Zhilei Zhang. The towering Chinese southpaw wasn't just another opponent. The stakes were undeniable. It was for the WBO interim world title. Another shot at the throne. Another chance to prove he still belonged among the elite.
Oh, and just like that, big bang!
4, 5, 6.
It's like he's got metal in his gloves. And now he's got Parker in the corner, and that is
Patient, but I sometimes just wish he'd just be a little bit assertive.
Oh, right hand, and that knocked him off balance.
Yeah, he was a little loose with that left hand position. Good right hand. It really was. Looking for it again. That was a good shot.
Left hand. Brilliant.
See more with that left hand.
Oh, right hand from Parker, and that will jump.
Well, he's not. He's boxing well, and he's.
Oh, and that puts Parker down again. Sends Parker down.
It was just a chopping lead.
And new WBO interim heavyweight champion, the Fighting Tide of New Zealand.
It was close, but Parker got the win with the WBO interim belt around his waist.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. There was that arrogance.
Then his latest knockout win over Martin Bakolo is proof that Parker is enjoying a second prime. Another promising prospect terminated by the legendary veteran. Still on a marauding phase to conquer the ultimate heavyweight throne, Parker's story is one that inspires every boxer who fails at some point that they can get back up. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and make sure to share this video to keep Joseph Parker's fame flying high. Would he achieve his dream of facing and defeating Alessandro Usyk? Let us know in the comments. Goodbye.